What? Hi, guys. Welcome back to Football United TV. This is Gunnar from All Corners, the show where we say Arsenal in multiple different languages. So, wait for the awesome intro to be done. We'll get started with this. All right. Right. Welcome back. We're not happy, right? Like it's not a it's not a good day to be doing a stream about Arsenal. Come from a really frustrating game yesterday. But anyway, I'm with two of my good friends here, and Steven, my co-host, one of my best friends, mate. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm alright, man. I was expecting this. I was expecting to get piped against Liverpool. Do you really think we're going to get through to the final against Liverpool? Come on, man. Like,
I did. I did.
really, with knowing that we've got a manager who can't use a side unless it's his full strength 11. Come on.
I was
Like,
still
I knew it
hopeful.
was on the cards, man. It's on the cards. I'm not angry about it. Like, but yeah, just been busy promoting a new channel, so yeah.
All right. And cousin, how are you, Anthony, mate?
Not too bad, cousin. You
Yeah, doing well, mate. Doing well. A little bummed, a
good?
little pissed off, but
Yeah.
doing well. Oh, the season's properly over, right? Like it's I mean it if you look at it in a way,
No,
the season's
apparently
become the
no,
season's
Marley.
become
Apparently said no. We can focus on top four now.
that's not
Well,
That's the
quite
new narrative.
what I
lads,
was gonna say, but the
lads,
season has become what?
anything is possible because as from tonight, Norwich beat Watford 2-0.
Fucking hell! What the fuck are
Norwich
they
won
on?
a game, yeah, away
What
from
So
the
home.
fuck?
Yeah.
I
Someone ate
think
their
Watford,
Weetabix.
I think Watford has gone down into the bottom three, and Norwich has just come out. So I
Fucking hell!
think
They must have had. Someone's eating their Weetabix, haven't they?
I hate to say it, but bye bye Renari.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna
By
last long.
Ranieri, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ranieri's I reckon he'd
But
be gone.
Tinkerman.
I'm not gonna, Steven, I'm definitely, you're not gonna hear me say we can focus on top four now because I'm bummed that we're out of the cups. But
You better
the
not.
season's become more like straightforward, right? Like it's become more practical because
Well, yeah,
now
it's top
if
four,
Arteta
but
can't put up a fight for top four, it's very straightforward. Like he should not be here. Because a cup win, like a cup victory, can kind of like disguise a bad season, like we did like 2 seasons ago. We had a shit season, but we won the FA Cup. And
yeah,
like
but
the same thing could have
Marley,
happened. We won the Carabao Cup and finished in
Marley,
seventh or something.
the problem with that is I would have taken the FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah,
But we still needed top four. That wasn't enough for me. You've put yourself in a position where you're fighting on all fronts and you're in the fourth spot.
yeah,
That means you should be able to challenge for top four with the squad. That clearly you're good enough to challenge for top four,
yeah.
right? He needs to get top four and win a cup. There's no point finishing bloody eighth and winning the FA Cup and getting and covering it up again. It just covers it up. Like we keep saying, these cups buy him time and buy him excuses, and I'm fed up with it. I want us to actually get top four, and if we get a cup, it's even bonus on that. Because at the moment, what they do is cover up the cracks in the that's going on at the club. They paper over what's really the shit that's going on.
Right. Well, let's get to the comments. Legend showing some love here to us.
Big up Zola.
Solo. Big up,
Big
mate.
up, Stidham.
I've got to talk
Bigging
to
up
him about the F1
every
Big up,
single
transfer.
one
Stidham.
of us individually. Big up, mate. Big up. All right. Well, it's what was I gonna say? I don't think I'm not gonna change my narrative too much, right? Like if by the end of the season we finished fourth, I won't have cared about being out of of the FA Cup, and much less the Carabao Cup. But I wouldn't like bet any money that we're gonna get that fourth place. We have a good chance of fighting for it, but I don't think. Anyway,
Well, that speaks
let's talk
volumes
about
in
yesterday's
itself.
game. Let's talk about yesterday's game more specifically. And well, because I know one of you two is gonna last a lot longer talking, I'm gonna start with Anthony. Mate, what was your take? What was your take on yesterday's game? What'd you make of that? Did you like the way Arsenal began the game? What'd you make of the lineup beforehand? What'd you think went wrong? Give us your thoughts, your general thoughts on that.
Um, to be honest with you, the lineup was an average lineup. You know, I mean, we've had so many players out with AFCON, his injuries, and and obviously with COVID and all that going around.
Mate, we had one
The lo-
COVID case. It weren't really COVID.
so is what it is. Was I shocked we lost the game? Nah, no, I wasn't.
Mm.
I was going into this game thinking we're going out here. I did see, first of all, I did predicted it was going to be a draw. We would have went out on penalties, but obviously that wasn't the case. So the goals, a fantastic player. He's a very good player.
Doesn't like
If
us,
he
does he?
actually, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, he didn't like it. No, but I think to myself, I think if he had more game time under his belt, he'd be class. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is a good player now, but he would be class if he played more like games. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Bet Minamino's laughing at Ben White.
I think, but I gotta be honest with you, I thought he was dreadful. Ben White, I thought he was
He
absolutely
Oh,
was. He
dreadful.
was. He was.
I think he was more to blame for the second goal, definitely for the second goal. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean the first goal when he put the ball between somebody else's legs, wasn't it? And then he carried on out into the box, and then just before he took the shot before the goal went in, Ben White slid in before he actually kicked the ball. And I'm thinking, why are you putting in blocking a shot like that going in early? So yeah, so I can blame. You could pretty much blame Ben White for two goals, really. There, he was in the centre back's position of where he should have been.
Yeah.
I didn't bring
Shows a
in.
little lack of experience, right? Like mainly that first one you mentioned. No, the second
Yeah,
one you mentioned, but the first goal I mean, shows a
yeah,
little lack of experience. Like the timing is not quite there yet. I,
yeah.
I, I hear you. I hear you.
But
He had a
trouble
he
is,
had a
though, I think with
shocking game.
his, he did, yeah. But I would have thought with him and Gabriel being partners, like obviously he's played alongside Gabriel for a while. I thought he would have actually listened to it. Like if Gabriel give Ben White a bit of advice, but
Yeah.
obviously not. He didn't listen. And also, if you ever notice, when Ben White has actually got the ball, he would never ever pass it to Tomiyasu. He's even stated that in an interview. He won't pass the ball to him.
He explained why, because when the right sided center back passes to the right back, it sort of like flats out, like it leaves them exposed. That's why you got
Yeah,
to pass frontward so that CDM passes to the right back.
and you really
Like
believe what
it's a
this guy said.
tactical thing. What?
yeah.
Yeah, and when's he ever's been tactical? It's one thing. He's tactically shit.
Stephen, honestly, like I don't need to hear your thoughts on Ben White because I'm fully aware of them. So give us your thoughts on the game in
Well, you
general,
can't really
because we
mention a game
know.
without mentioning Ben White.
No, sure, I know you're gonna say both of them. You can talk about him in that game, like don't generalize though, because we've heard it plenty of times.
Mate, like the guy just explains why I've got that opinion in general, just in that two goals. The guy is a waste of space. I could be attached to a freaking infusion pump, and I'd still be able to defend better than him. Because if I couldn't
Yeah.
if the guy got past me, I'd smack him over the leg with the infusion pump. Like, at least, like, I'm not even joking. Like, this guy is. This is Arteta's biggest signing, apparently. Biggest, not Partey, Ben White. Like,
Yeah.
this guy is so much like a clown. He's probably even worse than Mustafi. I'm not even joking. This
Dude,
guy is a
Steven, you
liability.
lose the argument when you say
No,
shit like this.
No, this guy is. This is the reason he's called Seaside Mustafi. He is beyond shit. He is beyond shit. I have seen so much better than him. Like, I'm not
Steven,
lying. This guy
go
is
on about the rest of the game, mate,
appalling.
because if I enter here, I'm gonna talk for a while. Like, go on about the rest of the game.
Well, yeah, we turned up for 10 minutes. And then we just played right into Liverpool's hands. And once they scored the first goal, it was more like contain Arsenal and then hit them when we wanted to. Like, Liverpool were toying with us. If they really wanted to score 3 or 4, they could have done. If they really wanted to turn it on. But they didn't need to. Like, we didn't take our opportunities that we did get. Like, Lacazette, he might as well shoot to the moon rather than shoot at the goal. Like, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, some people need a Saturn V rocket to get to the moon. Like, you don't. You just need Lacazette's right foot. And Saka shows again why he's fatigued. 30 minutes, dead. Robertson in his pocket. And Robertson's pocket all game because he's got no pace. He's absolutely fatigued.
Yeah.
Right. The Conga played on his own, hence why we were dominating in midfield. Got no control of the game. Right, and then bring Partey on, he's only just got back in the country 4 hours beforehand from Cameroon, while he's just been knocked out of the AFCON, so he's not in the right frame of mind. But he's like, go on, have a 16-minute cameo. What does he do? Go get himself sent off in the space of 2 minutes.
It's really unfortunate.
Like, by which point we've already lost the game by that point before he's even come on the pitch. So why are you bringing him on? What was the point? You've now we have to play a game to get a midfielder back. That's even worse state. Because unlike getting cancelled, so we can wait for a player to come back from injury, we now have to wait for a player. We have to play a game to get one back, so we have to basically forfeit a game to get one back. Technically, luckily we got Burnley. Imagine if it was Man United or it was Chelsea. Right, this is my point. This guy has got. This is why I keep saying it again. These decisions I have seen Wenger make when we're in the middle of a title challenge, when we've been top for so many fucking days, like 2013-14, for example, and we don't buy anyone in January, for example, and then we fuck it up, and in the space of a week, like we've just done here, I call it Arsenal's fuck up week.
13 minutes before the first swear word. You lasted 45 the last one.
Well, there you go. But there you go.
Gotta get back in the game, mate.
But I usually call it Arsenal's fuck up week, right? Where we lose everything in 1 week and we're completely done, finished, out the window. That's why I got rid of Wenger. Oh. And you expect me to back a man that does the same thing? This is why he will never win a league. This is why we got rid of Wenger, because he wouldn't win a league, because that's what he does. And Arteta's a copying the same thing. And I'll bang on about it until I'm blue in the face. Because you want me to back a man who's
see what I was saying? You know what I mean? All right, fair enough, mate. I can't back.
But apparently it's Liverpool. It's a free hit.
Yeah, I have no arguments to defend Arteta against the
But Marley, all we say is Liverpool. It's a free hit. What do you expect? Like, we can't compete with Liverpool. It's a free hit.
Yeah, I was actually quite optimistic going into this game, but dude,
I don't know why, mate.
I can't defend Arteta putting Partey in that game. I can't come up with an explanation for that. Mm-hmm. I was actually excited.
Mate, you saw him on the bench. He was I want to be there.
Nah, he should be on the bench. He should be on the bench.
But you looked at him. He was in no frame of mind to be on the pitch.
Yeah,
it didn't look like he wanted to come on at all. He's like, just leave me alone. I don't want to go to bed.
But I actually liked looking at our midfield when the game began. I was like, yeah, so Arsenal's going for it. Like we have one DM with two like more attacking midfielders. I liked it, but didn't work out. I know Ben White had a really bad game. I don't think he was the worst player on the pitch, and I think, dude, probably
Can
our
I ask,
two
why
safest
did you
players in
like?
this. Like I said this, yo, Steven,
I'm sorry,
Steven,
I
calm
just want to
down,
ask,
mate.
why did you like one DM? You're playing Liverpool. Why do you want to play one DM against Liverpool? That's suicide.
Because I thought that showed
It
that
is.
Arsenal's gonna attack, and we did for 10 minutes.
Look what happened.
That's it.
That's why it's
It
suicide.
it wasn't a tactical. It wasn't like me as a
Me being tactical makes me
tactical
think,
analysis. It
yeah, we're
wasn't
going
anything
for
like
it.
that. It was a hype thing. It was like I was hyped to see that we're gonna fight for it.
This is
That's
the
it.
thing. This is the thing. It's hype
But
train.
but mate, I think like the safest players, like the players we've relied on the most this season. I mean, I'm gonna put GMAG in there, but the two that people are gonna name the most are Tomiyasu and Ramsdale. Both of them had shocking games. Shocking.
I don't
Horrible
think Ramsdale
games.
was that bad.
He was awful, mate. He was
Yeah, he
bad
is
for
missing.
both goals.
Look, he's
He
had.
he should do
That's
better in
I would.
both goals.
I'd say that's his first bad game. And
Prob-
to be
yeah,
fair, it is against Liverpool,
yeah,
which is always going to
mate.
be a difficult challenge. But if
I'm not saying
the thing with Ramsdale is, I don't think that'll happen again. Right? He'll learn from that. Unlike Ben White, for example,
let's
right?
move on from Ben White. The dude
He
looks
won't
good.
learn
Let him
because
be.
because he's going to party
Steven,
your man G-Mag and make G-Lad look like a complete mug. He's probably
no
sitting
one
there
makes
thinking,
GMAG look like a
no,
mug.
no, because he's probably sitting there saying, I bail you out every time and look how you look treat me. Get out of here.
Steven, in my eyes, you lose your right to be talking too much about Ben White when you fail to acknowledge it when he has a good game. Because he's had a couple
I
of good
have.
games.
When he has had a good game, I've rated
Yeah,
it.
you acknowledge he has a good game and you give him 4 in your player ratings, mate. You
Because
have a
he's still shit.
specific hatred.
So
Does
what? I have
anyone
an agenda. No, but unlike Andre Silva, or Renato Sanchez, for
we
example,
can't move on to
right?
Andre Silva. We gotta let Anthony
No,
talk,
but
Steven.
but this is a legit. That's a legit agenda because he's shit. It is an actual legit agenda because I could come up with reasons why he is shit. There's actual reasons.
Anthony, do you think anyone? I think most people see Martinelli as the one positive standout in that game. Did you see anyone else having, at the very least, a decent game, right? Like an okay game. I have one name in mind, but if you, I'll listen to.
To be honest with you, it was the player you just said, Martinelli. To me, he was the only one that tried on the pitch.
Yeah.
He was the only one that tried to do something, tried to create something on the pitch. Other players didn't do nothing for me. For my opinion, I just thought it was. I
He
just didn't
always
think
tries.
any. I just didn't think any other player tried. To be honest with you, I mean, to be
Oh,
honest with you, I think that Liverpool goalkeeper. Um, I'm surprised he didn't do much movement on the pitch. To be honest with you, and I'm surprised that
Well,
he wasn't. He wasn't called. He's basically just stood there on the line. He didn't have much to do. The Liverpool goalkeeper, and how cool it was. I'm surprised. Basically, I am going to say it. I'm surprised his balls went like 2 ice cubes. So it was terrible all round, to be honest with you. And everything what Stephen said about Ben White, and I know you're going to say, I totally agree with, because Stephen knows my feelings on Ben White. I've said it on his streams a number of times. I just don't rate the player. It's £50 million wasted. It's
mate,
seriously
you
is
might as well bought a
wasted.
stick of rock for 50 million quid. That's more
Seriously,
valuable in Brighton than that.
do you know what? I would have rather got Lewis Dunk.
Thank you very much. But because
I
he's
don't think
20
31, he does
million.
sit
words.
Project Youth.
20 million. I would have rather got Lewis Dunk And I tell you what, the players that the best player that he's brought in this season, well, actually, I'll say the best two, Tomiyasu and Ramsdale. That's the best.
You wouldn't
But
have liked
the others, no.
you wouldn't like what Brandon said about Tomiyasu.
What do you say?
Right? He said on the TFT, calling the Japanese head the Bellerin.
Oh God, no, he's not. But
He's had one bad game.
Bellerin can't even tackle.
Two.
Yeah, two
Bellerin
bad
can't
games.
even tackle.
One awful game.
Well,
Yesterday was awful.
Like either way, it's his opinion, and like big up for him for sticking to his opinion. Right?
Well, yeah,
he says he's got reason, and he's got when he hears his reasons,
I wanna.
he's actually got reasons for it. So I'll big up for his opinion. It's not just like an opinion out of nowhere where there's no justifiable opinion. So, but yeah, I still think I said with Tommy, I would give him the year because, like with all players, they take a season. Sometimes they take a season or two to fully adapt to the Premier League. Once second year, if he's not performing, like if he's still doing this, then you've got to call it out.
Yeah. I wanna move on from the Liverpool game.
Apart from Ben White,
I wanna move on from the Liverpool game. I think I thought Odegaard was okay yesterday. I feel like from the
really,
more attacking
I've been
players, I
seeing-
think he was the least like. I think he was fine. I think
Well,
the
There
rest
was-
was definitely.
I'll take
There
your
was-
word for it because I didn't see it.
Hmm?
Much of it.
there was
I
times
saw
he
it.
did a little bit, but
Yeah.
no, not for me.
I saw
Well,
mostly
enough for me.
highlights, so I'll take you guys' word for it. But for me, it looked like it didn't exist.
Non-existent.
No.
for me was
I agree.
Smith
I agree with both of you what you're saying because I feel that there's times he didn't exist in the game, and if it was just the odd pass here and there, and that was it. You know, I did
Perhaps.
feel,
Perhaps it was inconsistent. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just because
But-
most of the team was constantly bad. He was doing this, right? So
Can I just
maybe
make
that's
a
why he
really
stands out a
alarming
little
stat
bit.
from
Yeah.
the first leg, right? And this is even including like the first leg, and this is nothing to do with possession and how we were dominated. Right? This is just to do with our pass accuracy in the first leg. 49%. So every other pass we were making was a hospital ball to them. And you telling me he's improved this squad and in this defence, he's improved it. Why are we still getting stats like that against teams like Liverpool if he's really improved it? No, I'm sorry. If you've got to compare yourselves to these teams if you want to be the best, right? And those stats should not be happening. Not even
not
right
saying-
to get those stats against him.
Stephen, you're getting
Come
me
on,
wrong.
man.
I'm not saying you're wrong in repeating what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't feel like talking about this anymore.
No.
I'm just no,
I mean,
but we've got to. But we've got
I
to
feel
because
he's
No,
he's
I
to
improved
roll
don't.
out the
I
arms.
don't have to.
He's
You've got
improved
to-
the
you've got to
squad.
outline the problem.
He's improved the squad only by about 25%, and these are the two players that I mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, your right back and your goalkeeper. That's the only thing that he's improved on. I mean, he hasn't improved on the DM. I mean, everybody's saying let's get a
And let's
DM
be
in.
real. The goalkeeper got lucky on because he said it was all about personality. It wasn't
Yeah.
about the talent.
Stephen,
But
don't.
yeah.
He said it. I'm just
Don't
quoting what he
say
said.
He didn't
I'm
say it
quoting what
was
he said.
all about it. He said he liked his
That's what he said.
personality.
Do you want me to
This
get the
is all
fucking quote
about
up? I'll
it.
get the fucking quote up.
Stephen, he didn't say all about it. He didn't say, I like the way he talks. That's why he's going to be my starting goalkeeper. No.
No,
did not
I
say
said
that.
no. He highlighted not the talent, the personality. That's the main thing he
He can
highlighted.
highlight it. It doesn't mean he didn't trust
Yeah,
the
but
talent.
I want to highlight the talent first.
That's not an argument, mate. You can't say Arteta was lucky just because he said that. Steven, no. That's what I was saying earlier. Arteta, he messes up a lot at Arsenal. There's a couple managers out there that I would love to see in his place. Unlike most Arteta outers, it's not a case of get him sacked and go find someone else. No, I want an actual plan, and there's only like 10 names or so that I take.
Oh,
But
don't
I
get me
do
wrong.
want him gone.
We
One
do
second.
need a plan. We do
I
need a
do
plan.
I do want him gone. By the way, I'm not an Arteta inner. It's just that some people, I feel like they lose the rhythm of things because there's a lot of things to complain about, but you make shit up, mate. You don't need
Oh,
to.
fuck off.
You do.
Oh,
You
fuck
do.
off.
You're saying you're saying
Mate, and
Arteta
you're
bought
covering
Ramsdale
Arteta's
because
arse
of
every
his
5 seconds.
personality.
Devil's advocate. Right?
I am a
Stop
devil's
being,
advocate. I am.
stop sitting on the fucking fence. Right?
I am, dude. That's what I have
Stop
to do.
getting
I'm a
fucking
host, mate.
splinters. If you're
Steven,
gonna be an
Lads,
Arteta
Steven,
out, I'll be one.
lads. I tell you
you're
what,
my
you two
co-host.
carry on. You two carry on. I'm just going to go down and grab myself some popcorn. I'll come back up and just watch you two. Right?
Mate, this ain't Luca,
Please
mate.
stay here because I got to
Mate,
move on from the
Because
Liverpool
trust
game.
me, I haven't
Steven,
got to prove to Marley like how
you're
deluded his opinions are. Like,
you're
unlike
here.
Luca.
Steven, you're my co-host, right? Like you're gonna be here you're here with me every
Yeah,
show.
so I'm gonna fight
You're
you every
also
fucking evening.
you're also prominent, like you're a prominent voice, and you're loud and you talk a lot, and your opinion is very Arteta outish. If I am an Arteta out host, then the show becomes an Arteta out show, and that's not the point for me. That's why I gotta play at devil's advocate. That's why. But
You're no fun.
some people lose the beat to me
Yeah,
because
but
they say
when it
stuff
comes
like
to
that.
this, but when it comes to this game review, you're going back for a game where we've been torn apart.
Yeah, we were.
You've got to put the Arteta out in and question everything that's going on. When you go to the next part, you can then
Yeah.
switch.
But Anthony, with so much shit under the Arteta reign, do you truly need to say that he was lucky
Just
with
say
Ramsdale
that.
because truly he just bought him because he's a good friend? You don't need to say that shit, do you? It's silly. There's other shit to complain
Cover
about.
my arse here, will you please?
There's other shit,
Then
mate.
why say it? Why say it then?
Why
You
say
don't
what?
help
You're
yourself.
saying it.
No. Arteta says it in a press conference. Now, unfortunately, every Arsenal fan thinks, hang on, what about his talent? Did you not think of that?
Steven,
That's what I would have done as a journalist. I said, well, what about his talent? Did you not look at that? But these journalists don't challenge him. And they're the part of the problem as well. Fucking journalists.
Steven,
I don't know. All I know is that
Steven, when you talk about a doctor, right? When you talk about a doctor, even either like one of your doctors, regular doctors, or the penile enlargement guys, like one of those guys. When you talk about any of
I
them,
need to know what
the
Anthony
who
goes
guys?
to.
The who guys?
I don't know what
the
Anthony goes
penile
to.
enlargement guys.
I thought you said the penis enlargement guys. I was
That's
going
what
to
I
say,
was
but
saying.
not them.
That's what I
Stephen
said.
needs that. Stephen needs
That's what I
that.
said. That's what I was
Mate,
saying.
Anthony, I don't know what need to know the clinic you go to every week.
No, okay. Anyway, Steven, if you talk about a doctor and you say in an interview that he's nice, does that mean he's not a good doctor? No.
No.
You're just like you're choosing. Anyway, we got to move on from the Liverpool thing. I gotta say
fuck
one
has this
thing.
got to do with doctors?
I don't know. It was a bad example. Anyway,
They
for
all
people
read from the
watching,
book half the time, and
for
they all
people
make
watching
things
right now, like, share, subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you for the support. I want to say one thing really quick before we move on. I'm sure you both agree. Steven already heard it. I was really happy to see Tierney with the armband. Didn't technically work out. It was only for like 20 minutes in a loss in
Yeah,
a game
that's
that
the
we
only
knew
time
we
you're
were
gonna
going to
see it,
lose
mate.
anyway.
Yeah, I was quite happy to see him with the armband. I think
it shows
to be
that
honest with you,
he's in the
yeah,
head.
he can show him that if there's anybody that could be the captain of that team and tell that
It's
team
Tierney.
command it, it's Tierney himself.
Yeah.
You know,
The only other
you can't.
person I could say is that outspoken is Ramsdale.
Yeah,
If you look at the way he conducts himself on the pitch, but I don't
Yeah.
like being a goalkeeper being the captain
Yeah.
because how you get the instructions to the attacking players is another matter. But like Tierney's a great option, but the problem, like for me, is yeah, you saw it for a 60-minute or 20-minute cameo, but you won't fucking see it for the rest of the season. That's never going to happen again. You probably hardly see it at all
No.
throughout his reign.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's move to the Burnley game.
Oh fuck!
We've
So
Steve and
two
I.
postponement FCs.
Steve and I previewed this game in his channel. By the way, when you finish watching this, if you want to go back and watch it, had a Burnley fan there. He found one of them, so it was a nice show. Go check it out.
Offensive
Anthony, how
stuff.
are you? What?
Found one of them. You don't know
I
Turf Morehouse TV.
I meant it as a joke because I'm assuming Burnley doesn't have a huge fan base.
Yeah, but there's good fans, aren't there? It's not
I
like
understand what you're
Spurs. It's
saying,
not like
guys.
Man
I
City.
You gotta,
understand.
Steven, try to sit in my chair, right? Like I'm Brazilian. I'm sitting in Brazil. Never been to England. How many fans do you think Burnley have? I'm gonna
Well,
guess
by
like
the way, you said
150 or
about
something. So,
no, man, they
dude,
got more than that, man. They fill the stadium out at least every week. But
yeah,
Because
unlike Man City,
how many's watching? How many people's watching?
4.
But there you go. That's their capacity. So
Jesus, man, mate, I thought that was
that's a
Man City.
joke. That's a
We
joke,
really can't.
everyone.
I thought that was Man City.
Man City is
Ooh.
definitely less. So if Burnley has 150, Man City's at the most like 140 or something. Anthony,
I don't know. Go on.
football wise,
Yeah.
in addition to the 5 fans that are going to be there, football wise, how do you see this going? Are you, even though Arsenal's been, just to be fair, before January we're playing well, but we have like this
Yeah.
month we haven't won yet.
No.
So does that make you worried because Burnley, like, they're clearly not in a good spot? So what are your thoughts?
To be honest with you, you go into this game and you think Arsenal wouldn't have a problem winning it. Even if it was 2-0. Arsenal.
Yeah,
I mean, we beat them 1-0 going back. That was our that was either that was our first win of this season. When it was against Burnley, then Norwich was that, or was it Norwich
It was
then
in
Burnley? It was
Norwich.
one of them.
I think it was
Norwich
Norwich
It was
and
first.
Norwich,
Burnley,
then
yeah.
Burnley.
But I mean, to be honest with you, I go back and I think to myself, we shouldn't have a problem beating Burnley. But the way we are playing at the minute, I feel it.
And the fact we ain't got our strikers in it.
I take everything in that game, and I can see us coming out with most probably a 1-1 draw. Seriously, I can. I mean, we got no Aubameyang. Lacazette's not scoring. Um,
Mate,
you know
Aubameyang's been there since last season.
exactly.
Since
So
2 seasons ago.
exactly. So this is what I'm saying. So we need help in this January transfer window, which I believe
Paul
is going to
Morgan
be
212.
the next topic after this. But we need to sign players. We need to sign 2 players, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, maybe to get, well, everybody's saying like top 4. All right, are we being optimistic that we're going to be top 4? I don't know, but I mean, he's up for grabs. He's up for grabs from, I think, from 7th down, somewhere like that. From there. So I mean, it can be done, but at the end of the day, it's Arteta. He's got to turn it around. Would he turn it around? That's another thing.
Hmm.
And it depends. I mean, they've already spent 150 million this season.
Yeah.
Are they going to spend another? Are they going to spend another what 50, 60 million this
Can I just
season?
make a point here?
I think
Sorry.
that's what we
Don't
can
all,
spend, 50.
don't
Like
all up.
financial
I've
fair
just
play
looked at the table.
wise. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Steven.
I just looked at the table. There's another team we haven't considered this. We considered Tottenham, West Ham, and Man United around us. There's another team you
Chelsea.
could put into this. Not just Chelsea,
Leicester,
Wolves.
Wolves.
They're only 31 points. If they win their 2 games in hand on West Ham, they'd go 37 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you can't rule
I
them
just,
out either.
like we're falling
I don't think they
short
will.
because of our squad right now. I feel like the same thing's gonna happen to them, but worse because their
Mm.
squad's even shorter.
Yeah, the thing is,
But I hear you.
Look,
I hear you.
the thing is, like, Burnley is, because he hasn't got his full strength side, we are not going to perform. Simple as that. Because he plays the same way week in, week out. He doesn't look at his squad and say, what's the best system I can play with that squad of 11, which is what a great manager does. What he says is, I'm playing that way, whether this guy can play it or not. Right? So that's why he struggles to get performances out of teams that aren't as good. This is why you saw against Nottingham Forest we got exposed. Right?
Yeah,
When it comes to Burnley, like it's just one of them games. Is just I see a 0-0 draw written all over it. I don't see any team scoring. We're not on form. The team's decimated. Their team's decimated. It's going to
Yeah,
be a
it's,
battle because of our midfield now situation. We've got the Congo Patino basically now. So, and if you put Chambers at DM, but and Tomiyasu, if he's not Tomiyasu, people were knowing about Tomiyasu as well last night. I'll make this a point. He ain't trained for 2 weeks. Why the fuck is Arteta putting on a player who hasn't trained for 2 weeks? If you don't train a player or he's not fit, you don't play him. Simple as
no,
that.
I
Right?
think he
So
yeah,
we
spoke
just
right.
about
left him
that.
to get slaughtered in that game. So, but Arteta fans don't want to jump on the gun. They just want to excuse that. But
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's another thing that needs to be called out. And if he's not fit for this game because he hasn't been playing, right? Put someone else on. Even if he, well, it could have been Kolasinac for maybe an example as a left fullback, but he's now gone. Funny that, isn't it? But like I'm saying, is that with the adapted squad that we've got, because we have to play Patino in midfield or something, or Lukonga on his own, it's going to be a constant battle for midfield. Because Lukonga can't do it on his own, and Patino's only bloody 18. Right? And he's had a 20-minute cameo against Sunderland.
Mhm. Well, just very quickly, I think Arteta addressed this. He didn't have Chambers available, he didn't have Cedric available, and Tomiyasu asked to play. So like he
We
wasn't
should have just said
expecting much,
no.
but
But he
we
should have
don't
just
have
said
a
no.
we don't like the we have three players for to play in right back. None of them were available, mate.
And and
Kolasinac is a
what's
left
he?
back, and
Yeah,
he's one
hang
of the
on.
worst players we've ever seen in an Arsenal jersey.
All right, why don't you put him right back and put Holding in the mid in the centre mid, in the centre back, or Maria in the centre back?
You want to play
I'm
Marie and
sorry.
Gabriel
No, no,
together?
look, no. What I'm saying, yeah, what I'm saying is he's loaned out another two players, right? When Tomiyasu was never fit for that game.
I'm not gonna go back to the loaning out Mari and Kolasinac thing, dude. I refuse to.
But
I've
that's what I'm
spoken
saying.
about this
Yeah,
plenty. No, no, no,
but
no.
that's what I'm saying is that you loan out players when players are not fit and they need cover.
I was gonna ask you something specific, but you've
That's
answered my
cost top
question
four.
without knowing that. Because in the preview you said I think you predicted a 3-1, no 2-1
Um,
victory. But I was gonna ask if this like the way we lost to Liverpool made you change your mind. I think it did, right? Because now
well,
you're predicting
I
a
swear
draw.
I said it was 0-0 for me.
No, you said 2-1
Oh, my preview.
in your
Yeah,
preview. Yeah,
no,
you said 2-1.
that's because I thought we'd have Partey back and it'd actually be
Yeah.
fair. Now he's suspended.
Before we
0-0.
before we move on to the rumors, then I want to ask you something like because it's Burnley, right? And if you think about it, we don't even have that many absentees in the team. Like he might think about resting Tomiyasu because well he wasn't fit, so maybe he needs a break. But we might see like almost a full squad with the exception, of course, of Partey and Xhaka. Do you think this is actually a game where it might work? Like seeing exactly the same midfield we saw against Liverpool might work out against Burnley. Let's start with you, Anthony, because Steven's hiding.
I'm not hiding.
no,
What are you on about?
I
He's
think
hiding.
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Don't think it will at all. I mean, it do you know what? If we had Burnley, if we was playing Burnley back in December, I would think to
Yeah.
myself, no worries, no problems
Hmm.
at all. And that but I mean, the way we're playing at the minute, we're just on a bit of a drought. We're like in a spiral, and we're going down at the minute. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we're just working our way down that spiral. But I mean, do you know what? I think it most probably will pick up, but I think it'll pick up against a better team than Burnley. I think it most probably will. But he's It's just too hard to call it at the minute, to be honest with you. I mean, they sold one of their strikers, haven't they, to Newcastle, Woods,
Hmm.
and they claim that he's, he was one of the best strikers there. So, do you know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously he's gone to
But
Newcastle.
unfortunately, they had no choice. They had no choice on that one.
Yeah, yeah. But I
I
mean,
will just say this, Anthony, as well. Like you said about that in December, we haven't won a game since the new year started. We haven't won a game since Boxing Day. And on Boxing Day, I had people coming in my chat after beating, like Jake, for example, coming into my chat after beating Norwich 5-0 saying the process is banged, better start believing this, that, and the other. We didn't won a game in the new year, ever.
yeah.
And it's funny enough, these people that come on my chat ain't turned up.
No.
Where are you now?
Well, exactly.
No.
So it's like what I said. It is in dribs and drabs. I think we're going to have a bad. Obviously, we're going through a bad month.
Yeah.
Hopefully next month.
We always have this bad month in this
Yeah,
time of
we
year.
always have this bad. Well, to be honest with you, Steve, we have two things in January. Number one, we have a bad month. Obviously, trying to produce results in games, and number two, we have a shit transfer window. So let's be honest.
And that
So
confirms what the rest of the season.
I wanna
Yeah.
next Friday. I'm gonna be a little more vocal when it comes to the transfer window because I think something's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be lackluster. Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting anything too
You're welcome.
exciting, but I don't think Arsenal's just not gonna bring anyone. But okay, let me ask you this so that we can move on from the Burnley game. How would you like with the players we have available, Steven, right now? How would you start what would your starting lineup be for the Burnley game? I don't have the technology to make it pretty, guys. So just use your imagination. Yeah, you've seen the players.
I could give you a website I could show you.
Nah, that's fine, mate. I want to make it faster anyway, so just name them.
Okay. I would put Ramsdale in goal, Tommy on the right, Gabriel. No, fuck him. I'll put Holding in. I don't want to see Ben White. I can't
Yeah,
stand.
holding in. Yeah, okay.
I can't. I'm sorry. I don't care if people think I'm deluded. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
stand
fine, mate. That's fine.
Tierney on the left,
Yeah.
the Congo and Patino, because the Congo can't do it on his own. And just play Patino as a madness.
Okay.
Saka's got to be on the right, despite him being
If
fatigued.
he's available, would you rather see Patino and Chambers there? I'm saying you.
Well, actually,
Don't
no.
don't think
Yeah.
with Arteta's
Actually,
mindset.
no. Do you know what? I'd actually put Chambers as DM with Lokonga.
Yeah. Okay.
Because actually, do you know why? Because he played for Fulham as a DM. He got
Yeah. Player of
French
the
Player
year
of the
for
Year.
them. Yeah, I know.
So doesn't mean he's any good, but like it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I put Martinelli on the left. I'd put Smith Rowe in the middle, and I'll put Lacazette up front.
And on the right?
Saka was on the right. He'd
Oh,
have to
Saka
play.
is on the right. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Right.
Pepe's not back, so we can't rest him.
Yeah. Yeah. But whoa, you can technically rest Saka by playing Odegaard at 10 and Smith Rowe or Martinelli on the right. Would you rather do that to rest Saka? No? Okay.
Martinelli's no good on the right, and he was Smith Rowe.
All right. Cousin, do you like that lineup? Would you do anything differently?
I do like the lineup, and I understand that. I would have gone Ramsdale in goal, and I'll just say it quick: Ramsdale in goal, Tommy Yasu on the right. I'll have Gabriel and Holding in centre back with Kieran Tierney left. Lokonga and Chambers exactly the same as what Stephen said there. I would play Saka on the right, Smith Rowe in the middle. Do you know what? I would actually, and I think he does need game time. I would call Pepe and play him out on the left.
No, he's
And
at AFCON.
He's at AFCON.
oh, is he? Oh, right.
Yeah, that's
So
why I couldn't say.
who can we play? Who can we play left then?
It'd have to be Martinelli. That's why I said it.
No. I'll sod it. I'll drop Lacazette. I'm playing Martinelli up front. Give that a whirl. Give that a blast. And most
Who's on the
probably I don't know.
Smith Rowe
ESR on the left
and
and
Odegaard in the middle.
Odegaard on the middle.
Yeah, play Smith Rowe on the left and Odegaard in the middle, then, and play Martinelli up front.
Okay.
I wouldn't play Lacazette. What's the point? He ain't scoring. Bamiyang, nah, don't bother. Let's try something new and let's do it in this Burnley game. Let's play Martinelli up front.
All right, all
Okay.
right. You know what?
Yeah.
I'd go with Ramsdale as well. I think I'd give Tomiyasu a rest because he looked shocking. Looks like he
Yeah.
needs a break. So I think
Samurai Bellerin.
I think I'd play Ben White on the right with
Go on.
Holding and Gabriel. At center back,
Mate,
Tierney.
he gets skinned as a centre back. What makes you think he could do it as a right back?
For Burnley, I think it'd be fine. And then Chambers and Lakonga with Odegaard in the middle. I think I'd shift, like I'd give Saka a break too. Probably shift either ESR or Martinelli. Probably have them rotate a little bit at the wings and Lacazette up front, or Lacazette at number 10, Martinelli up front to try out what Cousins said. Then probably Odegaard on the right. Switch things around a little bit, maybe. So Luke, well, first of all, eagle-eyed. Evening, mate.
DM me sometime when you want me to come on and I'll happily sort something out.
And Luca, Steven's best friend.
Big up, Luke.
One
Unlucky
big
in the
up,
quiz, mate. Unlucky in the quiz. He lost 17-16. But I don't know whether to say this, but I was watching the people in the comments and they criticised Luca cheating. Even though he's
predicting a
not.
2-1 victory. All right, guys. Let's move on to I think this is going to be a little faster because we keep hearing about the same old rumors. So I don't think we need to touch on Vlahovic and Arthur too much. I think both deals could happen. I think Arthur's one's much more likely. If it's a structure that's different than a 6-month loan, I'm gonna be pissed because I think it's quite risky. But on a loan, I'd take him because we need numbers as well, and he's better than Xhaka. I'm not gonna say he's not. But the new thing, like what's really news to me, is that like apparently there might be changes in goal. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Apparently Newcastle wants Leno, and we're looking at that Matt Turner, right? American goalkeeper.
Oh, Leno was always going to leave.
Yeah. Well, first of all, because I think we'd all be okay with him leaving for some what would you take for Leno?
30 mil.
30 mil?
Yeah.
But realistically, though, because we're most likely not.
Yeah.
Well, he cost us 20, didn't he?
Yeah, why can't we be that club and saying, well, you're going to have to pay 30?
No, I mean, I wish we were. It's just that we're not. Like, looking at Arsenal as Arsenal. Yeah.
To be honest with you, would you want... I know we all favour Ramsdale
over... money and they're desperate to get players.
Yeah, but look at it in another way as well, in another content, that we all prefer Ramsdale to Leno, and we want Ramsdale as our number one. That's all blatantly obvious.
Sure.
But then if Ramsdale's out injured, ain't Leno a good backup?
He is a good backup.
Exactly. So I'll just keep him. I'll just keep him as a backup. See, look, you're number 2, mate. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Yeah, if he wants to leave, let him go. But
I think that's the situation. I think Leno's a little bit too high profile to be a second goalie for Arsenal.
But how we stand right now? The German national side.
I think I'd be okay with Arsenal making 15 mil in the goalkeeper situation. So if we sold Leno for like 20, a little over 20, and we got this American guy, if he's good enough to be our backup goalkeeper for like 5, 7, never saw him play. If someone in the chat has, please let me know. I'm going to try to get some information for next week, but I have no idea. Apparently he's decent. But
is an area we don't need. Is an area we don't need.
Yeah.
We need a DM. We need a DM. That White, what's his name? White, the one that was played for Liverpool.
Ronaldo.
Now, I'm not being funny. Well, I mean, we could have got him on then. 6 months. All right, it's only 6 months. He's on then. He's got
Mate, I'll
he's
take him
got
on a 2-year deal.
he's got experience, and also he's obviously got experience playing in the Premier League as well. So why not bring him in? He's just a loan. If that's the case, Arsenal, in all fairness, Arsenal could have got him in by now, just for a loan. Arsenal could have definitely have got.
Mate, I've said
I
that
agree with you.
since it
I'd
first
take
came
him on a
out.
permanent, and I think Steven would too.
Mate, I
Yeah,
said
but
that for
I
the
mean,
first moment.
even if it was like a loan with an option to buy at the end, I mean, that I'll still take that.
Even
Like,
if
do
it's
you know
an
what I mean?
obligation to buy, I'll take it for an
Yeah,
obligation.
I take an obligation too if it's not too high.
Because I said that from this for the first time it came out, like the whole freaking fan base erupts, and I'm like, hang on a minute, he's won a Champions League, he's won a Premier League, Liverpool were out of the top 4 race and they got back in it with him in the
Yeah.
midfield. He's a quality player. The only reason being is because he's in an overloaded PSG side that's overloaded in midfield. That's why he doesn't get on the pitch. So I'll take him for a 2-year deal.
But that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But I think you're missing. I think you're missing the point a little bit here, because this, like Leno leaving, I think both things seem very contingent on one another, right? Like Arsenal is not going to go after a goalkeeper if Leno's here, and that's as simple as that. And I think it's a good opportunity to make some money in an area that's not going to be changing too much, right? Because apparently we have like 15 mil to spend. If we're able to sell Leno for 20, 25, and we buy this guy for 5, we make a profit of 20. We have 70 mil. Maybe we're not going to have enough time to spend this money, but then like it's more money to spend in the summer. So I don't know. Like I wouldn't be opposed to this. I really truly wish someone that's actually seen this guy play was here with us tonight, because like I've seen some statistics, like apparently his save average and his passing seems to be a little better than Leno's, and like the passing seems to be almost as good as Ramsdale's.
What's this guy called again?
Matt Turner.
Matt Turner. And where does he play? In America.
New England Revolution. Yeah. Exactly.
I know. Don't get me wrong, but Leno, he's obviously going to have better stats than Leno, because the English Premier League is the fastest, from my point of view, is the fastest league in the world. So, do you know what I'm saying? So, obviously, I do think the stats will be a bit better than obviously Leno's. But in all fairness, if Leno wants to go, I can understand what you were saying. Let him go. But I mean, it's an area that we don't need to cover, basically.
No,
I mean,
definitely
even if we sold him and they said, right, sell him, we can't. Even if they don't get this Turner, we got a young goalkeeper in the reserves. Or
no, that's a big no, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, Ramsdale, I mean, he's an animal, isn't he? He's never already. Even if he gets knocked, within 5 minutes, he carries on, he shakes it off. Do you know what I'm saying? He's an animal.
He is.
So
he's got that warrior gene. You're right.
Yes, yeah. So I think, to be honest with you, it's like what I said with this loan and DM, but freeing Leno, I could understand that, because I think we need a striker as well. We need a DM and a striker in this window.
Desperately. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hang on a minute. You said about that stats, but they've scored 65 goals and they've conceded 41. New England, with him in goal. So that's not exactly promising.
How many games?
How many games? Let me have a look again. It was out of 34 games.
Conceding 41?
41 goals in how many games?
34.
Sod that.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible, guys. Like, it's not shit.
Don't want him. Steve, listen, because Stephen Featley used to play in goal, right, years ago, right? And he never played with goalkeeping gloves. He played with his own socks. Sticky Featley, they called him, right? Incredible goalkeeper. Put him on the books.
It'd probably be a really cheap deal. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to be wrapping it up very soon. I want to, because I think I never put it this way for Steven. I think all three of us agree that we need both a DM and a striker now.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if it's to be clarified, so guys, we can only buy one and we get the other one on loan, which means
Right.
if you look at it practically, right, like it means one guy that's a long-term target, that's someone that you want in like for the future, and the other one's more like to cover a hole that we have, right? Like it's sort of a fix. You're looking at
Yeah.
Arthur, short-term solution, definitely. So which one do you prioritize when you're talking like this? Like, do you think we need to go for a big striker and a loan in midfield, or the other way around? Anthony,
No,
what's your
no. The first one, what you said, we need to sign a striker, and that one from Fiorentina. What's his name?
Vlahovic?
Vlahovic.
Blagovic. Yeah, yeah. Get him and loan Wijnaldum or whatever his bloody name is. Yeah, loan
I'm
him.
with you. I'm with you.
Yeah,
It's a family thing. Totally
definitely
aligned.
it is. Great
Yeah,
minds.
great minds.
But
Steven, do
yeah,
you
that's
disagree with
what
us?
I would do.
I
Me
want a
too. Me
midfielder.
too. So you would buy a midfielder and loan in a striker.
Yeah, if we can get Vlahovic on loan. And then also, you'd see how he adapts to the Premier League as well. You know,
Can I
Stephen,
but
can I
then
Stephen,
argue with you
we
for
need
it?
to sign a striker because we need to score goals. Now you look at where we are. We're fifth in the table.
oh, hang on,
Now
hang on.
look at our goal
I've
difference.
hang on. I've understood the question now. Hang on. Yeah, the other way around in the midfielder. They're out on loan. Vlahovic, the age just is. The age is putting me off. He's great talent, scores loads of goals. The age is putting me off because we haven't got a lot of the experienced players. We've got fucking Granit Xhaka, and that's not experienced.
I'm not even saying him. I'm saying like
I would
striker
say
and midfielder.
well, now I'm on loan, and
Yeah.
I'd take I'll buy Andre Silva just because he's got way
Okay,
more
so
experience.
you've
He's
changed
got
your
more
mind with
experience.
the yeah.
He's got
Because
more
see,
experience,
the issue is because you look at it, you're thinking,
and he's in a league that's more comparable to the Premier League compared
yeah,
to Serie A.
you know that makes sense. Because like it's easy to look at the team. You're looking at Lacazette number 9. You're looking at Xhaka starting at midfield. You know the Lacazette's a better player than Xhaka, so you want to be more immediatist at midfield.
Yeah.
But the situation overall, guys. By the way, hi Miss Mel. I said hi before, but I think someone was talking and it was a
Yeah,
quiet
but
hi. So
as much as you
loud
said,
hi now.
Hi,
as
Miss
much,
Selena.
but big up now.
1 second.
As
Let me
much as
wrap up. The
Mm.
problem is if we only got a striker on loan, or if we didn't get a striker now, at the end of the season, we're gonna have no strikers. That puts us in a really bad spot because every
But
striker we chase,
yeah,
we're gonna have to overpay for.
but the thing is, at the minute, as much as we say we want a striker, I mean, now we need. It doesn't relate that we need a midfielder just as badly as. Basically, we can't afford to get one or the other. We need both. They're both as equally important.
Yeah, no,
One for the
that's
short
why.
term, one for the
Yeah,
long term.
that's why
We need
Cousin
both
said
of
to
them at the same.
get the loan
That's
in, get that
yeah.
Yeah,
Wijnaldum
exactly.
in loan, and then sign this striker now from Fiorentina. Because the reason being is because if they both go, Lacazette and Aubameyang, we've got no strikers. So
Yeah,
that
but the
means
problem is he's only
Arsenal.
21 and 22, and you're putting all that pressure on a
Yeah, but
22-year-old because
but
Lacazette
he's
and
young and he can
Aubameyang's
score
gone.
goals.
Yeah,
He
but
can handle it. He's proved it
no.
over there. So what I'm trying to say
Yeah,
is
but the
is
Serie A is not the Premier League.
Steven, it doesn't like he's saying Vlahovic, but it doesn't matter. The argument's in pro of strikers, not Vlahovic itself.
yeah. But I'm just saying with the strikers, if we got no strikers, Arsenal would have to spend 100 million plus to get two strikers in. So if one injured, you got one to fall back on, yeah. So that's going to be 100 million there straight away. One costing 60, the other one 40. So do you know what I'm saying? And that's 100 million that Arsenal wouldn't have to spend next season. But if they did, they'd rather spend it on a DM for the following season, within the knowing that you've got ready at least one striker. Do you know what I mean? And get another one in.
Exactly.
So do you know what I mean? It makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I think that too. Like I was frustrated for a while because I thought Bruno Guimarães should be our main target, but we gotta be buying a striker now. Like if we're
Yeah,
buying someone, it needs to be a striker. We need a midfielder to play now, but it
yeah,
doesn't need to be the long term solution yet, because
no,
the standards are so low. You have Xhaka in there. We can be the
yeah,
improvement.
yeah.
So
So it's just a matter of getting someone in there on loan till the
yeah,
end of the season with an option to buy. And that one,
yeah.
he's going to be, he'll be cheap. He'll be cheap. He won't be that dear because of his age. Because next season he'd be 32 because he's 31 now, I think.
Yeah, I
So,
think that rumors died down. I think they're looking at Artur now. Like
well, a
they're
lot of
only
people
looking
don't.
at.
Yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans don't like him from what they've seen of him, and that they don't rate him.
Yeah, and like they haven't seen him, so they shouldn't be talking too much. But I have. Like that's a Brazilian international. Like
Yeah,
I don't think he'd be good enough. I'd be okay for a 6 months loan, but I think if we got him for 18 months or on a permanent, it's
yeah,
streams of Ceballos and Dennis Suarez for me. Like
right,
I
yeah,
feel like it's gonna be very similar.
yeah,
So I don't want it. I really don't.
no,
He's played like 400 minutes of football this season.
yeah. So, in all fairness, this Arthur is he like the way to describe him? If he come over and signs for us and started playing games for us, would it be like in one way? What I'm thinking of, would it be like Fred from Man United, or no, or totally?
I I think they're very different players. I can tell you right now, like in their prime, like Artur's much better than Fred, but
Yeah,
Fred's had a way much more consistent career, and right now he looks to be the clear better player.
yeah,
Uh, I think he's got more of a defensive output than Artur, and he's not a intelligent human being, so he does some stupid shit every now and then, but he doesn't
yeah.
shut off, and Artur does. That's in
Ah,
his
right.
characteristics. So I don't know. I'd feel much safer with him there than Xhaka. But then again, like Steven said this multiple times, I feel safer with El Neni there than Xhaka. So
Yeah,
like we don't need much right now. Like we don't need much. We should have just again to agree with Steven, we should have just kept Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Like there's no defending that. Like he should have
no,
just stayed. It would have been
yeah.
much more practical right now. And if we got
Or
another
stay until you get
midfielder,
a replacement.
sure, awesome. But
The trouble
we should
is,
have
though,
kept.
how much is this striker from Fiorentina? What's Arsenal offered
We've
him?
offered
Like,
50 mil and it's still taking its time.
but what's his
Plus
wages?
Torreira. Don't know. I think
I
it's about
think
Well,
it's
200
he,
like
grand a week.
55 plus Torreira. I think
yeah,
he's asking for like nearly 300,000 a week. And I think Arsenal would be willing to pay that, but I think the agent fees are the stumbling block. I think they're
yeah,
asking for crazy money.
because I heard he's not happy with the striker's not happy with his agent, and he's on about just like sort of like bombing his agent out and like just do it on his own. This is what I've read. But then
Yeah.
again, you think of it, with the players leaving, that's freeing up extra wages. Look, so that it might be come towards the end, like the last day of the transfer window, we might get these two players. You know
I'm
what I'm
thinking
saying?
that. It's tough
But
to believe in that, but I'm thinking that exactly. I agree with
yeah,
you. We're freeing
I'm
up
gonna
international
wait.
space and
yeah,
salary. It's not about
Yeah.
that's right.
waiting. It's not about
Yeah.
waiting. It's about trying
No.
till the very end. But
Yeah,
the Vlahovic thing, like just trying to defend the asshole that is this guy's agent. I
yeah,
think I think agents like there's gonna be limit for the fees very soon, right? Like I think the rule passed. So they're not gonna be
Yeah,
able to
but
ask for that much money soon enough. And this guy's not even one of those big agents. So he's probably thinking, yo, in football,
so that's probably what
this is
Arsenal
probably
think.
my last chance of making millions.
yeah.
Mm.
So he's not gonna back out.
No,
What were you saying, Steven?
Well, then Arsenal need to put an offer to Valovic that makes him get rid of his own agent.
I couldn't hear you, mate. I'm sorry.
Put an offer in for Valovic that gets him rid of his agent.
I wish
If
that
you
could
want
be
him,
contracted. Yeah, that could be in a
if you want him,
contract.
get him.
yeah, you could do.
If you really want him, if you want him that bad, if he's that
Yeah.
viable, put the money down and say get rid of him.
Yeah. We pay you
Yeah,
three
you could do.
fifty, but get rid of your agent. That makes
Give it a,
sense.
yeah. I mean, you could throw
Oh,
anything in
look,
a
he's done
contract,
that.
can't you? Do you know what I'm saying? You could throw anything in a contract. So
Uh-oh.
why not? Yeah, I agree with what Stephen said. Come with us, we give you what you want, but just bomb your agent out.
He's here.
Well done, mate. Trophy this season. So much for winning the AFL Cup, mate.
Steven, you got to big him up. He's here. We lost. We played
Nah,
horribly.
nah,
He's
nah,
here.
nah, nah, nah.
He's here. Big up, Drake. Big
Where was
up,
my
Drake.
Drake.
reaction?
Drake,
You're
do you agree with Stephen? Let us know in the chat if you've been watching this stream. Do you agree with Mr. Featley here?
They don't usually
Probably
agree in a
not.
lot.
Like,
That
like
being
I'm sitting
said,
here saying, like, hang on a minute. Like, you've knocked that EFL Cup and the FA Cup in the space of a week. Right. Sold most of our players on loan so you can get
Yeah.
games cancelled. Right. The new kits are great. Will you go fucking put that money in Cronky's pocket, you fucking mug? Right. And this is why Cronky is going to get his way and take your club away and create the Super League. And what are you going to do then?
That
No
won't
doubt
ever
you'll probably
happen.
go.
That won't
No,
ever
no, no,
happen.
it will. It will. It will.
No, it won't.
It will.
It won't.
Because
It
people
won't.
like this.
We
You know why
refused it
people,
last time.
No, Anthony. No, because they're already adjusting it so it suits us. Right? Because fans like this have got the backbone to go out and protest about it. I have.
okay,
I have.
guys, I need to
I'll do it
be
every bloody day.
wrapping this up anyway. Steven, no,
Yeah.
we're not getting into this.
But
I just want to
this
say
guy backs Cronky.
Every street.
I'm not
backs
even
Cronky.
Steven, that's fine. I'm not even gonna like start the conversation.
New
I
kits are
should
great.
say
Give
like
me a break.
I
I'm about
think
to try
this
and
line of
finish the top
reasoning
four
that we
first.
loan players out just to call games off, like that makes no sense.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's silly.
No.
But
It's to free up wages to bring players in. That's
yeah,
what it is.
exactly,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
And one thing
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the other. But guys, it was a pleasure.
Defense
Like
is solid. Did you watch that game last night? I even watched the highlights. Even I didn't fucking see all of it. It didn't take me watch the World Cup. Jesus Christ. What game do you watch, honestly? Go to fucking Specsavers,
Let me
mate.
shout out the comment. We are good.
Oh,
Defense is solid.
need a
One
fucking eye
midfielder and
test.
striker away.
We are
Need
I
your eye
agree with
test,
the.
mate.
I think if we get these two positions, we're
It's
going to
your
be looking very
signing.
good next season.
Your signing,
But
right? It's your signing that got us knocked out. Your manager's signing, £50 million, his biggest signing.
he's saying this. He's saying this to annoy you. Look, it was a
Yeah.
free
Free.
hit. He's saying this to annoy you for sure. Yeah.
on.
But
Free.
anyway, guys, stream. Well, it was not as long as the last one, but definitely a little longer. But it was fun anyway, even though not a lot of people. Look at this beautiful face. Aren't you glad he's showing his face here now? Look
Yeah,
at that. That's some Hollywood shit right there, and he was hiding.
He wish.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Come on. Tell us where to find you, my man. Where you're going to be up to.
Right, you can find me, Anthony Herbert, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me on Football United TV, SVT TV, and also you can find me on Dugout Daily. That's my home.
All right, man. All right. Thanks for being here once again. You're always welcome, cousin.
That's
This
okay.
is not only your home, but your family home as well.
Yeah.
All right. My man, Steven, tell us
Yeah.
everything, mate. There's a lot to tell.
Yeah, there's a lot to tell. You can
So
find us on
bloody handsome, that Stephen, isn't he?
mate, like, honestly, right? So Liverpool's a free hit, of course, because we don't rate ourselves with that club, because we don't actually want to challenge for anything.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing now, Steven.
I'm making my point.
Okay.
Right.
I'll allow it.
Right. We were shit, and Ben White is shit, and he's the reason we got knocked out, because he can't defend. Arteta
second
signing £50 million. Got no midfielders. Got Partey back, which is what he said. Wait, we have to get it postponed to get Partey back. Now he's suspended, so we now have to play a game to get him back. Great one, right? Only he's been in the country for 4 hours. Yeah, but apart from that, if you actually want to hear a real opinion about Arsenal Football Club, come to as much as here. Come to SVD TV.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I know. I'm not cleaning you out of it. Like, hang on a
I
minute.
thought Steven was like, yo, unlike in here, I say real shit, so go there. All right.
Blow him up on full speed. That's it.
Unlike it, come up on yeah. So since he just said that, unlike it, come to SVT TV. We talk real opinions, real fucking facts, but none of this fake positive shit. Real opinions, real views about Arsenal Football Club. Right? And if you want to also have the real opinions about F1 and you want to watch the new season in style, proper passion and style and knowledge, go to SVD F1, the new home for all the F1 content on SVD TV, and you will find the best knowledge and the best insight into the world of Formula One. It's all in here. But yeah, I'll tear her out.
All right, man. Thank you.
Do you know what? I love how he said
and
that.
Drake,
And the way how he come
Cronky
across
out.
as well. The way how he
Get-
came across as well. You're so manly, you are, Stephen.
What?
You're so manly.
It's
And just want to make that one final thing. Drake, Cronky out.
okay. Well, do please support both these men. Check out their contents. You can definitely stay tuned to SVD TV. Not because the opinions are better, because I'm there as well. So you're gonna have a good time. You have your Charlie there. But support the channel, support everything they do. Donate to the page. They're less than 300 pounds away of getting me bald. That should be
Yeah,
exciting. If you watch this week in, week out,
£293.
don't you want to see this shine? Come on.
I'm going to buy a Behave hat to cover it.
Yeah.
I do not want to wear that. Please don't spend your money there. Okay. Steven
It's part
actually
two.
behaved today. He did not.
Mate,
It's part two of this
I'm
now
always
over
behaving.
Steven's channel.
What? I'm
Jake.
retiring for tonight, but you guys feel free. Can't
Jake.
stand you guys anymore today, dude. No,
Here's the thing.
I've
I'm
had
always
enough.
behaving. Do you know
I've
why?
had
'Cause
enough.
I'm not fake positive and I'm giving my real opinion. So I'm always behaving.
Yeah, I'm giving you guys fake opinions all the time. If you want to watch
fuck
more
Marty.
of my fake opinions, stay tuned to Football United TV. Next week, we're back with Gunners from all corners with more fake opinions from me and real opinions from Steven. You also have United content with Matt. You have
These are fake opinions as well.
his fake opinions about United, but at least we're creative. We come up with shit, so it's good. Stay tuned with all other content and support these two
And it's all
guys.
fake.
Let me find the outro because I never do this smoothly. Ciao. Thank you so much. See you guys next week.
Because he's your boss.